Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to talk about how to become famous in the magic community. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where the goal is to help you to take your magic to the next level. Now, I get asked this question every so often. I actually talked about this a little bit in my interview that I did with Craig Petty not too long ago. If you guys have not already seen that interview, it's on his channel over at Magic TV. I highly recommend you watch it. If you guys have an hour and a half to kill, go watch that video. We discussed a lot of really cool stuff, including where I got started in magic, my origin story, and just a lot of advice in general for performing. Stuff that you guys might have heard here, and a couple of little nuggets that you may not have heard at all. One of those nuggets being how to become famous in the magic community. So we're going to talk about that in this video right after these announcements. If you have not already done so, please make sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. Also, if you guys would like to support the channel, please be sure to click the join button. That way you guys can become a member, and for just $1 a month get access to a bunch of awesome stuff, including magic tutorials, early access to videos, emojis, badges, and more. If you guys are already a member, please use those emojis, have fun with them. I'm probably going to be uploading some. I might even do some kind of contest or something where I make an emoji from like some of my followers, so you guys can like use those. I don't know. Let me know if you think that that's something that you guys would appreciate. But yes, thank you so much to all of my members and all of my subscribers. It's because of you guys that I am able to keep this channel going. So the question that's burning in your mind now is, how do I become famous in the magic community? Now, I'm not necessarily famous per se. I guess being famous is, it's subjective, right? It's up to everyone, like who's famous, who's not. I can walk into a room of magicians and not a single person in there can know who I am. And then I can also walk into a room full of magicians and people are climbing over themselves to come talk to me, get my autograph, which is like a really weird experience. Like I've never really felt that before, so it's still all kind of new to me, right? And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, it's just the reality of the situation. Some people know who I am, some people don't. In this video, I want to talk about how to become that guy that people know who you are. And the golden rule is really simple. Don't strive to be that guy, right? And I know you waited through all of those announcements and everything to hear this and be like, what? That's your advice? I know. Give me a second. I'm going to explain it, okay? You don't want to have the goal of, I'm going to be the most famous magician in the magic community, right? Because oftentimes what I've seen is that there are two ways to become famous, right? The bad way to become famous, which is to be the magician that no one in the community appreciates or respects. And I've seen that too often, too many times, right? Like, I'm not going to name names. You already know who those people are that I'm talking about. Where they're really famous, but like no one really, I don't want to say no one likes that person. That's a little harsh. No one respects that person, right? You don't want to be that guy. What you want to do is you want to be respected in the magic community. And the easiest way to do that is to be kind, be helpful, put yourself out there, right? Constantly be, offering help whenever you can, whenever it's needed, right? When I say offer help too, I'm not saying like be that guy that, on every magic video critiquing people. I already did a rant video last week on that subject in particular, where a lot of magicians are like feeling it's necessary to jump on someone for a magic video that they did that maybe wasn't so good. I won't rehash the whole thing. You guys can go back and watch that if you want. But offer help whenever you can. And also, it's very, very important that you really study and really practice your magic. The one thing that I've noticed is that every magician in the magic community that stands out for some reason, right? We've already said that there's bad reasons that they could stand out, but what are some of the positive reasons, right? You want to be the best that you possibly can be at the thing that you focused on and specialized in, right? So, for example, Takumi You guys probably know him. He's a Japanese magician. He studied under Leonard Green. A lot of people know him as the guy that does the laser deal, or the snap deal, right? Where he deals cards onto the table and the cards are disappearing as he's dealing them, right? He got super good at that. Like, even Leonard Green himself has said that Takumi does the snap deal better than I do it, right? But not only that, he's also very kind. He'll sit down with you. He will session with you. He'll offer help and advice if you have questions, you know, things like this. You'll notice this trend of these magicians that are very kind tend to be the magicians that a lot of people look up to, right? So another one, for example, is like Eric Jones, right? He puts himself out there a lot, and he is known as the guy that does some of the cleanest coin magic that you'll ever see, right? So Eric specializes in coin magic. Other magicians like Shoot Agawa, a lot of people really respect him, and he has a reputation of having the best close-up linking ring routine that you'll ever see, right? And again, these magicians are very kind. I remember sitting down and sessioning with Shoot Agawa, sitting down and sessioning with Eric Jones. I just did a video talking about those two magicians in particular. If you haven't already watched my 5 magicians that I really look up to and respect video, go watch that one, and I'll go into a little bit more detail of why I respect those guys too. You know, you want to be that magician that's known for being really good at the thing that they specialize in, but then also you want to be known as a magician that's very kind and very helpful in the community, right? I become known as the guy that does the linking rings, right? That's kind of my thing in the magic community. It's either that or the guy that does magic with Pokemon cards. It's one of those two things. Because I perform Matthew Garrett's routine Ninja Plus, and I do it pretty well, I guess. You know, I've been performing it for a really long time. It's one of those routines. It's probably the most rehearsed thing in my magic act out of everything that I've ever done, even card magic. I think Ninja Plus is the thing that I've performed the most live and just done the most reps on. So over time you get good at it, and you get known for performing it too. So my advice, just to kind of recap this whole thing, is to be really kind, be really helpful, and find a piece of magic that you really love, you really enjoy, and become the best at it, right? Become the person that is known for performing that piece of magic. When I was at Magic Live, there were a couple different magicians doing different things. And one thing that I always noticed was someone would be like, dude, you got to see so-and-so's X. Like, not their ex, but like, you got to go see so-and-so's blah, blah, blah that they're known for, right? So-and-so, come over here, show them the blah, blah, blah that you do really well, right? And that becomes the thing that they really do. There is a magician by the name of Tomas. I believe he's from Argentina. Don't hold me, Tomas, if you're watching this video, don't hold that over my head. I apologize if I butchered where you're from, right? He's gonna be like, that's not where I'm from somewhere else. But he does the best strike vanish that you'll ever see. He takes a pen and a coin, and he holds the coin at the fingertips, and he just goes, and the coin vanishes like right from the fingertips. The coolest thing you've ever seen in your life, right? He's known for the guy that does that really well, right? And again, super kind guy. He'll sit down, he'll jam with you. I remember at Magic Live, he had a big circle around him of magicians, and they all had coins and Sharpies, and they were all just working on the strike vanish, and he was just teaching them and, like, you know, showing them how he does it so well and all of that stuff. He takes like a card box that's wrapped in cellophane, and he has them sign the coin, and he does the strike vanish with the card box, and it ends up inside like the cellophane, right? Like, just like such the coolest stuff you've ever seen, right? So there are different magicians that are known for different things. So if you want to be known for something, find a niche that you really enjoy, like something specific that you really enjoy to perform, practice the hell out of it, and become the best performer of that thing that you can. Share it with the world, but most importantly, be prepared to also share your time, offer some advice, be helpful when you can. Don't, you know, engage in any of the negative activity. I know I have engaged in some of the negative, like, you get involved with like the drama on Facebook and all that stuff. If you can do your best to avoid that, it's probably best. I'm a social media influencer, so I kind of sometimes I'll go in there and I'll try to diffuse situations. Sometimes I'll even get heated and we'll have exchanges and stuff like that too. I mean, it's gonna happen. But if you really want to be known in the magic community, don't try to be just known. You know, try to be known for being the best that you can be at something and for being the kindest person and the most helpful person that you can be. And then the third thing I would say, there's a lot of magicians out there that are just starting out, and they have in their mind, oh, the quickest way to become known in the magic community is to have a bunch of magic products and a bunch of downloads available so other magicians can buy them, right? You probably don't want to start your magic career off in that way. And the reason that I'm saying that is, remember how I said at the beginning, you don't want to be known in like a negative light. You don't want to be known as the guy that, you know, put out a really terrible download, because now later on in your career, if you want to, you know, and you've been doing magic for a while and now you have a really good idea and you've done all of the due diligence to have that be the best product that you can be, and you want to put that out, the magic community is going to remember, didn't he put out that other thing and it was terrible? Maybe I don't want to buy this new trick now, right? So if you want to be a magic creator and be known in the community as a magic creator, my advice to you is the same advice that I had before. Create that product, practice the absolute hell out of it, be the best performer of that product that you can be, and then when it's ready to be developed and served out to the community, then is the time to go ahead and put that out as a download. Don't just learn something and then just blast it out, especially if it's something that you're going to try to sell and make money off of, because the magic community might feel cheated. They might feel like you didn't really put any time or any effort into this product, and when, you know, down the road, when you actually learn the right way to do things and now you're trying to release a product, and they might think, oh man, like, I don't know if I want to buy this thing from this person because they released X product and it was terrible, right? And we all have those terrible things. I have a couple products out that I know people don't like, you know, but you want to do your best to release the best thing to the magic community that you can. The first thing that I ever released was Tour de Force, my In the Hands Triumph routine, and at the time of releasing it, I had been working on that specific routine for at least 3, almost 4 years before I even put it out. So like, I had practiced it as much as I could, and at the time when I released that, I became known as the guy that did the In the Hands Triumph routine, right? Because that was my claim to fame, was that Triumph. Now looking back at it, it was so long ago that I put that product out now. It was like 7 years ago now, I think, that I released that routine. I've had a chance even to grow from then. That trick that I put out that long ago has gone under multiple changes since then, and the version of Tour de Force that I perform today is not exactly the same as the version of Tour de Force that I put out so many years ago. So the moral of the story is you want to really do your best to be the best performer that you can be, but you also, if you want to be well known in the community, you have to give to the community. You have to be willing to put in the time and just be the best person that you can be, and people will respect you, you know. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it to become the best well-known person in the community. Do it so that you can honestly give to the community and just be that guy that when people go, who can I go to talk about coin magic stuff? Let me reach out to Eric Jones. Who can I be to be that person to talk about, you know, card magic? Let me reach out to Helder Gimerez. Who can be that person that I want to talk about linking ring stuff with? Maybe Shutagawa or Matthew Garrett or Joshua Masato, right? The list goes on and on. So anyway, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from this video. I know it's a little long. I didn't mean to ramble for almost 15 minutes now. But that just really is, you know, how I feel about it. If you guys think that there's another way to become a popular magician, and if my way is wrong, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it. But like I said, don't go out there with the goal of being the best or being the most popular magician out there. Go out there with the goal of knowing that you are going to be the best performer of something that you specialize in and something that you have a passion in, and that you're going to go out there and give to the community. And I promise the community will see that, they'll respect that, and they'll respond to that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to check out some more magic, visit us at obrienmagic.com and be sure to check out our online magic shop, where you will find the latest and greatest magic books, downloads, and accessories.